huge fine.
Yeah.
I'd be in the same position where I give the money.
Yeah, also, I don't believe you'd ever put a fiver in the fake wallet. You wouldn't be willing to.
Yeah, I had a run-in with crime. I went down to the bank, there was the CID there, waiting, and what it turned out was...
That is how far away I live from the gym, yet I still drive here sometimes. Lazy. Now I need to go train upper. At least that's the hardest part of the session out of the way. Always nice to get that bit done. And put the crack for the rest of it now.
Cheers, mate.
No worries, bud. Tub of protein. I always think as well with protein powder, just the simpler the better. Like, you can get so many like weird flavours, can't you? And some of them are good, but they just become sickly after a while. So like, I literally will always just stick with chocolate because it's simple. A bit like myself. And I've got a goodie bag actually. So I got a Christmas present from the gym. I've not looked in here for getting a tub of protein and spending over 20 quid. So I've got a free shaker. I've got something, I don't know, maybe a voucher or something, 10% off some clothing. I got, I don't even know, an Applied Nutrition t-shirt, fine for training. And I think I got a couple of sachets of pre-workout, or yeah, a couple of sachets of pre-workout. Oh, Candy Ice Blast, I've had that before. It's like drinking menthol. Probably give that a pass, to be honest, and stick with my black coffee. So last weekend, we wrapped up our third and final group shoot for the year. We've got into the routine of doing 3 of these every single year now. So we have 2 blitzes, which is our 12-week aggressive fat loss shoot dieting that we coach people through, group coaching. And then we have our big summer one-to-one group photo shoot, which our one-to-one guys will work towards for 5 to 6 months to get into shape for. We have 3 year. We did it last year, we did it the year before, we've done it this year. We've already got 3 dates booked for next year and 3 dates booked for 2026. There's so many people getting into phenomenal shape. It's weekends like that where we reflect back and just realise how lucky we are to be able to do the job. But something I've picked up along the way in helping now probably hundreds of people get into photo shoot shape is 3 key things that I wanted to talk about. The first one, it is as simple as protein and calories when it comes to fat loss. That is it. So many people speak to me about potentially doing the shoot, and I think they put off because they think that they have to eat a particular meal plan, or they can only eat certain foods, or they have to avoid anything remotely enjoyable for the entire time, and it's overly complicated, or it's just ridiculously boring and extreme. And don't get me wrong, getting in shape for a photo shoot is extreme. It requires a hell of a lot of work. It requires a lot of dedication. It does require a lot of sacrifice. You have to miss out on a lot of meals out, but the actual day-to-day tracking and the food, it is as simple as hitting your protein and your calorie target. That is it. I have clients that have got into photo shoot shape who have worked in hot chocolates, ice cream, sweets to those calories every single day to help them stay on track and get in shape. I'm not saying it's easy. It is the furthest thing from easy to get into photo shoot shape, but it is that simple. And honestly, all we do every single week is set our guys their protein, calories, and sometimes carb and fat targets as well if we feel like it's necessary, for them to stick to across the week to drop the body fat we want to see. And then our main job is helping them stick to it. That is honestly it. So if you ever think that getting into photo shoot shape is this overly complicated, or this ridiculous diet you've got to stick to, it's not. You just need to know how to track your protein, how to track your calories properly, how to be in a deficit, and then how to stick to it for enough time to see the result that you want to see. It's not easy. It is not easy, but it is simple. This setup. Right, now I need to leave the room and come back in. Pretend like I've just walked in. I think that's how vloggers are meant to do it, isn't it? This camera's awful. The face tracking is terrible. There we go. Right, so I got back a couple of hours ago from the gym. I've eaten, showered, done a bit of work. Point number 2, you always have more to lose than you think. People coming in and saying, I only think I'll need to lose 5 kilos, 10 kilos, something like that to get into the shape of their life, to get to the kind of ideal photo shoot style physique where they can see the abs and things like that. 9 times out of 10, and probably 9.9 times out of 10, they underestimate just how much weight they need to lose, because you can't really see just how much body fat you've got until you start getting leaner and leaner and leaner. In my most recent photo shoot diet, I started at 81 kilograms, and my rough guess was I'd probably need to drop anywhere from 12 to 15 kilos to get photo shoot lean, leaner than I'd ever been before. I came to the photo shoot at 60 kilos. That's 20 kilos I dropped. I was out by about 5 kilos, and I've done this multiple times, and I've done this with a lot of people, and I was still out on myself by 5 kilos because I actually came in leaner than I ever expected I could get. So I lost more weight than I was expecting. You just don't know how much weight you've got to lose at the start of the process. So the way I try to think of it is give yourself as much time as you possibly can, because you don't know how much weight you'll need to lose, and try to work in 10% blocks of body weight before having a little bit of a break. We might say, right, we're going to lose 8 kilos and then we're going to take a week of a diet break, and then we're going to lose another 8 kilos and then we're going to take a week of a diet break, so on and so forth, until we get you to the point where we want to be at. And you're already then looking at 16, 24 weeks just to get them into that photo shoot shape that you want to be in. And that's not even taking into consideration the fact that because you've got more to lose than you think, you'll need longer to lose it than you think as well. And then especially when you think about the fact that along the way, things are gonna happen. Like, you're gonna have sickness, you're gonna get ill for a bit. You might have a family emergency where you have to take a few days away from things. You might have a trip away, you might have a weekend away, you might have a holiday. These things all come up because that is literally just life, and it throws shit at you. And you have to then account for that at the start by adding, I always say, an extra 4 weeks on top of what you think you'll need to get in shape. If I was to look at myself and think, from where I am now, which is about 75 kilos, so I'm about 14, 15 kilos up, if I was to say, right, I need about 16 weeks to drop about 1 kilo a week to get roughly back down to where I was, I'd probably give myself 20 weeks to diet, just to give myself that buffer time of A, in case anything comes up, but then also B, take a little bit of a diet break along the way, things like that, just so that I can make life a little bit easier as I'm dieting. But don't forget, you always have more to lose than what you expect. I'm yet to see it be the other way around. Best get the dog walked before all this rain's meant to come. And yes, I am in different clothes because I filmed everything else on Monday and it's now Thursday. I ran out of time. Brilliant, lovely. No, you're fine. Thank you. Come on. This way. Hey, come here. Well, that didn't go to plan, did it? I thought I'd get some nice B-roll from inside the coffee shop, show off all that they had, all the pastries, because there was some mad looking stuff in there. Had a look at the footage afterwards, it's all blurry. Brilliant. It's camera skills for you. Everything was blurry, can't see a single thing. I'm still going to use it, you've just seen it, I'm still going to use it. Why not? Come here. Spin. Good boy. Lie down. Good boy. Up. Good boy. Okay, so point number 3. Oh, this is where I picked a bad day to film outside. Everything is covered in mud. This bench is soaking. Tip number 3, get some help. I honestly can't tell you the difference it makes to just have someone there to do all the thinking for you. I've gotten into photoshoot shape without a coach and with a coach. The first time I ever did it was without a coach. And I can tell you now, it was the worst experience of my life. It was the hardest diet I have ever done. It was always on my mind. Honestly, 24/7, I was thinking about, am I in enough of a deficit? Am I losing weight quick enough? Do I need to change anything? I never wasn't thinking about it. I never wasn't worrying about that shoot date and whether or not I'd be lean enough in time, to the point where it was driving Sophie insane. She was like, it's all you're ever talking about is this bloody diet. Not even like worrying about the actual diet itself, just worrying about what changes I need to make, if I was doing it right, if I could be doing it better. It absolutely consumes you when it's just you thinking about it. And naturally, that first shoot I ever did, whilst it was a pretty good attempt, it was easily the worst condition I've ever had for a shoot, because I wasn't quite sure whether I was losing weight quick enough. I probably could have been losing it a bit quicker, but I wasn't sure how to do that. And I also didn't really have an understanding of how long I'd need to get lean and how long that would actually take. I think I gave myself about 12 weeks and it just wasn't long enough at all. Compare that to when I've had a coach, the difference is ridiculous. The most recent shoot I did, I was the leanest I have ever been in my life. We did diet for a long time, but I did not struggle genuinely on that diet once. Now, I'm not saying that makes diets easy or getting into shoot shape easy. It's not. I think a lot of that is because I was used to it by this point, but I didn't have to think about it. I literally would just get sent my targets and the plan of action every single week to follow. And that was all I had to do. Watch the video each week, hit my targets. And that was it. I had stag do's, I had weddings, I was able to work them in, and we got into the best shape ever. And honestly, I never really even spoke about the diet besides doing the video series, the YouTube vlog, and my normal content. In day-to-day life with Sophie, with my mates, with my family, I was never really talking about the diet. In fact, I'm pretty sure they brought it up more than me, expecting me to be struggling, and I was fine. It was pretty straightforward. And the biggest difference is having someone there to do that for you and take all that thinking away. It just doesn't consume you the same. Get some help. And I'm hoping that's all come through fine, because I've not got a wind protector on this thing and it is pretty windy today and it is now starting to rain. So I think we're going to head back home pretty sharpish to wrap this thing up. Baloo is going to be absolutely filthy. I don't know what you're looking at me like that for, right? No one forced you to go running into that puddle, did they? You had the entire field that you could have chosen to run at, and instead you made a beeline for that big puddle, and now we've got to wash it. Yeah, don't go looking around blaming someone else. Your fault, mate. You did it. You should do that. Should we get you clean? We'll get you clean, shall we? All right, then. Tree in the background there. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? We need more decoration in this room because the rest of the room's a little bit blank, but the tree's on point. So those are the 3 things I've learned from getting hundreds of people into photoshoot shape. But actually, the biggest tip I can give you, I think the thing I would be remiss, to use a bigger word, is it a big word? I don't know. If I didn't mention, would be that above all, forgetting all the tips, forgetting all the tricks, forgetting everything I've said, the main thing is this: the longer you take to pull the pin and just go for it, the less likely it is to ever happen. That's it. I honestly have so many conversations with people that say, at
some point I'm going to smash a shoot. Next year is going to be my year. Next year I'm going to do it.
And honestly, I have those same conversations with those people every single year. And the chances are, well-meaning as they are, they're probably never going to do it. The people that you see and admire getting into the kind of shape that you've always said you want to be in, they just do it. Pull the pin and they go for it. And that's the best piece of advice I can give you. If you want to do it, don't hang about for a good time. Just do it and get to work. But that's it. I'm done. I'm off to eat. Then I need to go and train. And then I should probably get back to work at some point. So sweet. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff if you haven't already. Don't watch the other Jake's videos. They're boring. His vlogs are dull, it's just all about running and Man City and all that shit. Don't bother with his. In fact, go and comment on his. These aren't as good as the proper Jake's videos. Go and do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.